What's good, my people? Welcome back to AMGM Sports. I'm your boy Enzo. I hope everyone is doing well, man. Now, last Friday, we all watched it on Netflix. Jake Paul took on Mike Tyson and he defeated the icon, the legend, Iron Mike Tyson via unanimous decision. Now, ever since then, there's been a lot of backlash, a lot of reactions on social media. People been getting mad. The internet is on fire. People saying that, yo, that fight should have never took place. Mike should have never been allowed to fight, including myself. Do you know what I mean? I even done a video just last night saying that I feel sorry for Mike Tyson and he shouldn't have taken that fight. Now, if you haven't seen that video yet, if you watch this video until the end, I'm going to put it right here. So you can click somewhere here and the video will be up there. So go check that video out. Leave a like as well while you're there. Drop a comment as well. I really appreciate that. Now, obviously the dust has settled in on that fight, but things are still hitting up. Now we've got other boxers calling Jake Paul out. Jake Paul right now in boxing, he seems to be the most wanted man. I don't know what that is. People complain about Jake Paul. People say, oh, this guy's a gimmick. He's just a YouTuber. He's this and that. But now we've got actual active world champions calling him out. We've got Daniel the Dynamite Dubois, the IBF heavyweight champion of the world, who's calling Jake Paul out. He wants to have it out with him. He wants Jake Paul, to challenge him for his IBF title. How serious can we really take that? I ain't taking that serious. Jake Paul even has the light heavyweight, undisputed heavyweight champion in the light heavyweight division. Yeah, my boy Artur Beterbiev calling him out for a fight. What is going on? What the hell is going on? I thought this guy's just a YouTuber. What's going on, man? What is it? I don't seem to understand it. Is it that the fact that Jake Paul beat Mike Tyson and then these guys just want to put their hurt on him? They just want to beat him up right now. Do you know what I mean? I feel like they just want to beat him up. They just want to hurt this kid. Or they've heard what Mike Tyson made. What, 21, 25 million for what? 8 rounds, 16 minutes. They're probably thinking, listen, I want a piece of that pie. I don't blame them. I can business-wise, I can see why. I can see why some of these heavyweight, like heavyweight champion Daniel Dubois, light heavyweight champion, undisputed champion Artur Beterbiev, I can see why they will be enticed. Do you know what I mean? The economics make sense. The money is there. But for boxing, is that a good thing? I don't think so. I don't think that's good for boxing, all these world champions calling this YouTuber out. I don't think so. One, I think that there are other fighters, real boxers, who are more deserving of those opportunities to fight for the titles. Do you know what I mean? In the heavyweight division, Daniel Dubois has just been ordered as his next voluntary fight. Yeah, he has to take on someone in the top 15. So this call out of Jake Paul, I just feel like Daniel Dubois is just trying to get his name out there. You know what I mean? Like right now, Jake Paul's trending. Like all of us, I'm gonna be honest, content creators, YouTubers, whatever. Do you know what I mean? We're gonna catch on to that. Do you know what I mean? Jake Paul, Mike Tyson, their name's on fire right now. So we're jumping on that. It's a hot topic right now. So we're on that. We're sticking to it. I think Daniel Dubois is just trying to get his name out there as well. Do you know what I mean? Remember, I said Daniel Dubois is the heavyweight champion of the world. He needs to get his personality out there. He's a great fighter. He just beat Anthony Joshua, probably his greatest win of his career right now. But in terms of personality and name and branding, he's not out there. But, yeah, getting your name out there right next to Jake Paul gets you that exposure. Maybe that's what Daniel Dubois is after, and he's really after that exposure because he's not the IBF here will not grant him his wish to fight Jake Paul. It's not gonna happen. First of all, the size difference is crazy. Daniel Dubois is a killer, man. You know what I mean? Jake Paul, he's very smart in terms of like his marketing and building brands and everything like that. One thing is he's not stupid. He knows the risk he'll be taking fighting on someone like a Daniel Dubois. It's just not going to happen. That fight is not going to be sanctioned. The boxing fans, we're not going to tolerate, we're not going to allow it to happen. Do you know why? Because in the heavyweight division, you go fighters like Gilles Zhang, Joseph Parker, Martin Bakole, Kabayao. Like, just to name a few that are right there lining up for a title contention. Do you know what I mean? These guys deserve it. They've put the work in, blood, sweat, and tears to put themselves in position to fight for the title. We're never gonna allow Daniel Dubois to skip them, yeah, overlook them and go fight a YouTuber. So just forget it, man. I don't believe that. That's nonsense. It's not gonna happen. The same goes for Artur Beterbiev. Like, do you know what I mean? He's meant to be having a rematch with Dimitri Bivol. I think that's the fight that all of us want to see. Their first fight for the undisputed crown was so great. One of the best matchups I ever seen in boxing history. Them two were so competitive. They're so good. They're so elite. We want to see that fight again. We want to see them run it back. So the fact that Artur Beterbiev is calling out Jake Paul is just not gonna happen, man. Let's be real. It's not gonna happen. Listen, I've got a better chance of calling out Jake Paul and probably fighting him than these two guys have. I'm gonna be real, man. Jake Paul is not gonna take that risk. He's not stupid. He's gonna go in there. If he takes one of them, listen, first of all, he's a brave man. We're gonna have listen, I'll have huge respect for him. If I'm talking about like this is some next parallel universe, because on God's green earth, these fights ain't happening. Let's be real. Unless it's in about 20 years' time, but right now it's not happening, yeah? I have a better chance of fighting Jake Paul than Daniel Dubois and Artur Beterbiev have. I'll be real with you. Jake Paul ain't gonna take that risk against those guys, but you take the risk against me. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't really know, man. I think I'll give you my honest opinion. I think these guys just want to beat the hell out of him. I think a lot of people are pissed off with Jake Paul. They feel like he took advantage of Mike Tyson. Yeah, you have to remember, Mike Tyson is the hero for so many boxers, you know. Daniel Dubois, you know, Artur Beterbiev, these guys like Mike Tyson is their hero. So they looked at that fight, they thought, nah, you're taking a piss. We want to beat the brakes off this kid. We want to teach him a lesson. Do you know what I mean? I don't think, like, obviously the finances make sense. The money is there, the incentives are there, but I don't think it's just all about money because someone like a Daniel Dubois, he'll make a lot of money fighting Anthony Joshua. He'll make a lot of money just fighting Joseph Parker. He'll make a lot of money if he seats out, wait for the fight between Fury and Alexander Usyk. And then when he fights for the unification, listen, the Saudis, Turkey Al Sheikh, they'll give him plenty of money. He doesn't need Jake Paul. Do you know what I mean? This is just one of them things where get my name out there. Do you know what I mean? All the YouTubers, all the kids, all these kids that follow Jake Paul, let them know about me. Let them know there's a Daniel Dubois here who also exists, who's the heavyweight champion of the world. That's that. Do you know what I mean? I think that's what it is. I think it's a marketing type of PR type of stunt by Artur Beterbiev and Daniel Dubois. They know well and truly that Jake Paul is not stupid enough to take those fights. Do you know what I mean? Now, on the other hand, there was someone else who also called him out. A British fighter, a legend, a Hall of Famer. That is Mr. Carl Froch. Carl Froch hates the guts out of Jake Paul. He's always calling him out. He's always cussing him. He's always making videos saying how rubbish he is, that he can't fight. He's just a YouTuber, etc., etc. Carl Froch called him out. Carl Froch said, listen, I'll fight you. Now, for Carl Froch, what I will say, financially, the economics and everything, Carl Froch, he can do with the money. Carl Froch is just calling him out for the money. Do you know what I mean? But I will say this though, Carl Froch has to be careful though. Just a little warning to Carl Froch. I want to be real with him. How old is Carl? Carl Froch is what? 47 years old, yeah? He retired like over 10 years ago. Yeah, now I don't know the lifestyle that Carl Froch lives. He seems to look like he's in decent nick. You know what I mean? He looks healthy. He looks like he's been looking out for himself. Carl Froch is not like Ricky Hatton. You know Ricky Hatton, he stops fighting, then he just balloons, he gets fat. Like someone like a Tyson Fury. These guys just let their body go. Tony Bellew, do you know what I mean? They just let their body go. Like they just drink beer, eat pieces, eat junk food, whatever. Do you know what I mean? Like they're just in bad shape when they're not active. Carl Froch looks like he's been looking after himself. He's in good shape. He looks good. But that does not mean yet he's still got that same desire to fight as he did 10 years ago, however many years ago that he retired. It does not mean that right now, Carl Froch, even if he has like a 6 weeks camp, 8 weeks, I don't know if that's gonna be enough for him to take on Jake Paul, man. Look, I'm gonna be real with you. Yeah, I wanna say something like age is a big factor. People don't understand this. Like a lot of these boxers who are retired, who are like in their late 40s, early 50s, whatever, late 50s in the case of Mike Tyson, yeah, they still got it in their head. So in their head, look, these guys, people, they have pride in it. Listen, every boxer's got pride, bro. That's why these guys go in the ring there to make money, to defend their pride, whatever. Do you know what I mean? The ego, they got big egos, these boxers. Do you know what I mean? But one thing they don't understand, a lot of them, from what I'm hearing, a lot of people calling that Jake Paul, especially the older lot, they don't understand that with age, yeah, yes, you got that wisdom and knowledge and everything like that. Yeah. Carl Froch might still have a bit of power in him as well. But he ain't got the legs, man. Who Carl Froch have the legs to take on a 27-year-old Jake Paul? I don't think he's got the legs. He might think he does. Do you know what I mean? He might go for runs and jogs and everything like that. But trust me, yeah, going for jogs and runs and everything is completely different when you're in a ring, yeah, and you're fighting a young guy who's 27. Do you know what I mean? And I don't have to tell Carl Froch this. He knows it. He's a Hall of Famer in boxing. Yeah, but I'm just saying to you, the viewers, that the age does play a major factor in this. Do you know what I mean? Jake Paul, you can say whatever you want about Jake Paul, yeah, but one thing you must understand, yeah, is that Jake Paul has been training for the last, 7 years, dedicated himself to the life of boxing. He lives like a boxer. He's got the nutritionists, he's got the best coaches in the world, yeah, he's got the sports science, he's got the lot, he's got everything in place because he's got money. He can afford all the resources, yeah, so that he can just focus on being a better boxer. So this is not a guy that we're talking about. Jake Paul's like part-time where he boxes once in a while. No, he's active every day. He's in a gym training. He's improving. And we can see fight by fight he's getting better. You can say he's fought some gimmick fights, like some basketball players, like he's fought some MMA guys, but trust me, he's in that gym, he's putting in the work. Now, me personally, yeah, I'm a boxing coach, yeah. I will put Jake Paul at the level of an unlicensed fighter. I don't think he's got the skills of like an amateur fighter, because amateurs, the real discipline, well drilled, yeah, they got real skills in the amateur boxing, yeah. So I'll put Jake Paul like a really good unlicensed boxer. That's the bracket that I'll put him in. And those guys are tough. If you ever go to an unlicensed fight, these guys are tough, man. They might not have the best skills or the best technique, but they can throw hands. Jake Paul, he's unlicensed, but he's also developing his technique really well. So Carl Froch, looking from the outside, Carl Froch as an ex-boxer with all his egos, he's thinking, yo, I can just go there and just batter this kid and get him out of there. It might not be the situation if he does happen to fight Jake Paul. Like, if he gets in the ring, it might not go his way. Do you know what I mean? Like, because Jake Paul, yeah, let me not lie here. Like, he's fought some MMA guys. Yeah, now people say, yeah, but Anderson Silva, Tyron Woodley, yeah, these are MMA guys. Like Nate Diaz, MMA guys. But listen, these are MMA guys. Yeah, they're still combat sport. Like, even though they're not boxers, they're still within the combat sports, man. They're still fighters. They still throw hands. Like, you trust me, you will not want to meet Nate Diaz on the streets, man, and fight him. Tyron Woodley, Anderson Silva, they'll batter a lot of people. Well, they'll batter 98% of the population anyway. Do you know what I mean? Even though they're not boxers, they're still solid, they're still fighters. They're still fighters. Anderson Silva gave Jake Paul a very good fight. Tyron Woodley, the first time was a good fight. The second time, it looked like he took a dive, but that looked so fake. Nate Diaz, these guys can fight, man. They're still combat sports person. They're still athletes. They can still fight. Yeah, they're not boxers, but they're still in the combat sport. So we can't just dismiss them and say, yeah, they're just MMA fighters. Yeah, they're not boxers, but these guys can fight. That's the point I'm trying to make. Carl Froch has to be careful. Like, be careful what you wish for sometimes. You know what I mean? Like Carl Froch, yes, he can go in there and handle business, but I'm just looking at his age. But if the fight was to happen, he'll be like 48, 49, whatever, yeah? Jake Paul's 27, 28. Listen, he's got the youth in him. He'll have the cardio and the stamina. Carl Froch has not been active for over 10 years. To all of a sudden just come back and think that you're going to batter Jake Paul, man. It's not going to go that way. It's not going to go that way. Trust me. That's not the way it's going to happen. So a little warning to Carl Froch. Be careful what you wish for, man. You might want to make the money and everything. You got a big ego, but trust me, don't go in there, yeah, and embarrass yourself. Because if Jake Paul was to respond to you and accept your offer, yeah, and you get in a ring with him, you get beat, you're finished, mate. No one will ever listen to Carl Froch again. So just a warning. For me, just a final one here, yeah. For me, the best fight for Jake Paul, the next fight, should be Conor McGregor. I think that would be a big fight. Conor McGregor, worldwide, he's known worldwide, big name in the mixed martial arts. Conor McGregor was really a good boxer as well in his younger days. He was boxing, so he's a good boxer. He fought Floyd Money Mayweather, lasted 10 rounds. Yeah, you can say, yeah, Mayweather carried him, whatever. Yeah, but he still went in the ring and lasted 10 rounds, yeah, with arguably the greatest boxer of all time. Yeah, so Conor McGregor, he'll get in our ring with Jake Paul. I think that'll be competitive because I think boxing-wise, they're both on the same level in terms of boxing. So that'll be interesting. Can you just imagine, like, the whole event will be crazy. Conor McGregor, Jake Paul, the build-up to it, the press conferences and all that. That's going to be crazy. It's going to be mad. Do you know what I mean? If Netflix had, 65 million people watching or whatever, yeah, 100 million people watching Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul, how many people do you think are going to be watching Jake Paul versus McGregor, Conor McGregor? It will break the internet, man. Netflix struggled, yeah. Their website crashed like 4 or 5 times, yeah. Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul. Can you imagine Conor McGregor versus Jake Paul? Bro, the internet will crash. There will be no Netflix. We won't be able to watch it. So many people will be onto that. So I think that's a great matchup for Jake Paul. Financially, reputation-wise, you know what I mean? Beating Conor McGregor, who's a big superstar. That's going to be good for Jake Paul. And for me, that's a 50-50 fight. That's the fight that I want to see. Do you know what I mean? If Jake Paul's going to get back in the ring, fight Conor McGregor. Don't fight a 55-year-old. You're not going to fight Daniel Dubois or Tor Beterbiev. It's not going to happen. Do you know what I mean? Conor McGregor is the guy for Jake Paul to fight next. Do you know what I mean? Conor McGregor hasn't fought for like 3 years or whatever. He got injured in the UFC. He's been sitting there, for God knows how long. Why not come back and take on Jake Paul? Do you know what I mean? It would be fantastic. Entertainment-wise, hey, listen, great for us, the fans. Do you know what I mean? Great entertainment, great content and all that. So let's make it happen, Jake Paul. Make it happen, man. But listen, I'm going to leave it there. I think I've said enough. Let me know in the comments what you think, man. Who should Jake Paul fight next? I think Conor McGregor, but you let me know who he should fight next. And also, what do you think of Daniel Dubois, Artur Beterbiev, Carl Froch, all these boxers, ex-boxers, active champions calling out Jake Paul, man? Do you think that kind of makes them mockery of boxing? Do you feel like that makes them seem a bit desperate trying to fight a YouTuber? Do you know what I mean? Trying to rise to fame, like, do you know what I mean? Trying to get the names out there. You let me know in the comments. I really appreciate it. Also, please don't forget, if you're new to the channel, like and subscribe. That will really help the channel to grow. My aim is to get to 500 subs by December, and you can play a big role in that. Please support the channel. Show love to your boy. I'll really appreciate that. Once again, thank you so much for watching EMGM Sports. It's me, your boy Enzo. I'll see you on the next one, man. Stay blessed and peace.